Yo guys, it is starting to snow in Utah and I'm out here getting pictures for the gram. So if you guys have not followed me on Instagram yet, go check it out because I've been uploading some fire content. Alright guys, jumping into today's video, I want to make a video on, okay listen, I've been thinking on something I can make a video on, and I've kind of relate what I make to what people ask me. Today I kind of wanted to make a video on 10 driving mistakes that can break your car. So guys, I'm going to tell you some of my routines, some of the things I think that are big mistakes on when people daily and drive their cars that leads to breaking them and should probably be changed or fixed. It's cold. Let's go jump in my car. I don't know why I did that. Anyways, guys, here we go. Starting with the first number one thing. This is the number one car killer, the one that puts the cars to shame, puts them 6 feet under into the graveyard, smash, cube, and off shipped to recycle it. Here we go. The first thing I would have to say is sadly launching your car. Who does that? Guys, dropping the clutch in your car is such a bad thing. It is so hard on everything. Now, when you launch your car, everybody thinks, oh my gosh, you're gonna roast your clutch. Well, you gotta kind of think about the whole car. Launching your car is not only hard on the clutch, it is hard on the transmission, it is really hard on your motor. You're launching it at such a high RPM, driving it straight to the ground. You gotta think about the drivetrain. Going from 0 to 100 real quick is not the best thing for your car. Launching your car straight up, I hate to tell you, it's very bad. Don't do it. I'd be a hypocrite if I said that, but don't do it a lot, okay? There's a difference between limiting yourself and launching your car on a daily, which will lead us into a little bit further subject later in this video. You know, and that's gonna kind of bring me into number 2, guys. Since we are on the clutch subject, there are some better habits on things you could do to maybe improve how you drive and maybe kind of help expand the life of your clutch. Here is what I mean. Now, as you are driving stick shift, most people just have a tendency to rest that foot right there on the clutch pedal. Now, resting that foot on the clutch pedal is going to just add premature wear to the clutch. Now, as you guys can see, if I was driving like this, you kind of just have a tendency to shift just like that, and then you kind of have a tendency to just kind of leave your foot on that clutch pedal. Now, I'm just gonna leave my foot right there, and I'm gonna slightly just move it off, and as you guys can see and listen, it has a little bit of weight. I'm just barely pressing there, and you can hear that it's just got that pressure that it wouldn't have if your foot was just resting right here on this plate. Now, this plate is actually intended for your foot to go, so definitely having your foot on this plate would help with a little bit of that premature wear on the clutch. Now, this isn't going to prevent your clutch from going out, but it could definitely help a little bit in the long run. On my Balenciagas, I would wear them if I had them. Actually, I don't really like the way they look. They kind of look weird. Hey! Number 3. That is a 1 finger, and I said 3. My brain was thinking 3, but my finger did 1. Number 3 is honestly one of the most important things that I would say that puts the most wear and tear on anyone's car, anyone's vehicle, okay? The placeholder for number 3 is letting your car warm up and cool down. Both of them are just as important as the other one. So what I mean by this, guys, is if you can, let your car warm up in the mornings, okay? Letting your car warm up in the mornings is good because you're just letting that oil and you're letting the car come to its natural temperature, where if your car is still cold and you're doing certain things, that is very, 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 very big no-no. No. Let your car come up to its natural temperatures, and that is why we have the temp gauge. Now, if you were able to, and if you were the most perfect person ever, you would let your car warm up and let it sit at middle temperature for a minute and then drive. But everybody knows we can't all do that, especially on a day-to-day basis, okay? But now, whoa, you think we're done? No, guys, letting your car cool down is just as important. And what I mean more by this is after you're done driving, let your car run for a second. It's almost the purpose of a turbo timer. Let your car run for a second before you actually turn it off. Now, this is gonna allow the car to cycle the oil through the system, mainly through the turbo. I would focus more on this on a turbocharged car, but letting that oil cycle through the turbo so it just doesn't sit in there is going to be the move for sure. You know what I mean? Let's move on to number 4. Okay, for number 4, I am moving more. I always do 2 hands, but I would use, that's 8. Guys, we're not on 8 yet. For number 4, guys, we are moving on to more towards the transmission and the gearbox and everything. Guys, the most talked down upon things in a Subaru is ringland failure and their transmissions. Guys, their transmissions are supposedly glass, okay? It is definitely true. I've watched a few videos, done some research. The WRX is a little bit more glass compared to the STI. The STI, you know, you get those gears that are a little bit thicker, where the WRX ones are about like that. Now, you think when you go buy a WRX that you're getting the 6-speed STI transmission. That is false. You are just getting a WRX transmission in a 6-speed. If you compare the gears together, the WRX is about this thick and the STIs are about that much thicker than the WRX. So that is a little bit uncontrollable, where this is going to be a little bit more controllable, okay? Moving on to the shifting. Now, when you guys shift, just try to be as smooth with it as possible. Try to let the car naturally just shift itself. All you are doing is just trying to help and guide the gear into place. What I mean by that, rev, clutch, shift into second, same repeat for third, fourth, and just really be as smooth with it as possible, guys. Now, I say this to you, but honestly, I should personally take this in perspective myself. So, we all kind of on the same page for this video. Number 5. Stay out of the red zone. Sophie Sanders, this is for you. Guys, stay out of the red zone. Don't red zone your whip. Guys, stay out of the red zone. Keep your RPMs away from that. Like, psh, 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 get that shit back. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like to do a lot of things with their cars, whether it's drifting, whether it's launching, whether it's all these awesome things. Now, I'm saying don't do it, but I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying you might break something. Alright, so keeping your car out of the red zone is obviously going to be a great thing, but it is kind of hard to keep it out of the red zone, especially on maybe a rear-wheel drive drift car. You know, you're gonna be like banging that off the freaking 8K mark in the red zone, all whop, pop, 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 pop. Or you're gonna be like Sophie, when she drifted my car in the snow, guys, she seriously bounced the RPMs off of 8K probably for a solid minute. I was like, bird, you can't do that. As you guys see, there's the red zone. Don't hit it. Oh. My bad. Okay, moving on to number 6, guys. I want to know if any of you guys do this. I personally don't, just for the reason I'm about to tell you, but I'm honestly very curious if anyone else does this. Number 6 is parking in first gear. I always just rip my e-brake as hard as I can. I never put my car in first gear. If you're parked in first gear on a hill and all that pressure is on your first gear, I feel like it's gonna wear it out, put stress on it. There are so many factors that go into it that I just never do it. I want to know if you guys do it or what you guys think on this, but I never park in first gear. I just don't want the wear. And this kind of goes with the whole thing of slowing down with your brakes. Instead of downshifting, people say slow down with your brakes, but I'm like, honestly, I would rather replace my brakes than my clutch. I do downshift, but when it comes down to the very end of things and you're about to stop, I definitely just put it in neutral and brake with just my brakes. But definitely downshift, yeah, what? All right, number 7. Number 7 is gonna get you all. You all don't even know what to expect for number 7. That's cold. Ew. Guys, rolling into number 7, I know you guys are all guilty of this one. I know you're all guilty, but honestly, so am I. Guys, number 7 is do not run your car on an empty tank of gas, guys. Now, the way and how everything works, your fuel pump pretty much feeds off of gas. Gas is food for your fuel pump, guys. And if you constantly run your car low on gas, if you live on that gas light, boys, your fuel pump, it's about to eat you. Guys, just don't, my rule of thumb is honestly, just fill up on a quarter tank of gas. If you have a quarter of a tank left, you still have enough gas in your tank to where you're not starving your fuel pump. There's so many benefits to filling up at a quarter tank, right? You still have gas in your tank for your fuel pump. It's gonna be less expensive to fill up on a quarter tank than it would on an empty tank, and you're kind of saving your car in the long run. So, do not drive your car to the gas light. Fill up on a quarter of a tank and it will save your fuel pump, especially to the ones that have upgraded your fuel pump to maybe a 255 Walboro or something along the lines of a bigger fuel pump. You want that thing to survive in the wild, all right? By in the wild, I mean in your gas tank. Number 8. River, number 8. Y'all are wondering how I'm gonna start number 8, don't you? Well, it's about to get funky. Number 8 is drive your car as if your car was driving you. All right, that is kind of weird, huh? Oh yeah, that's kind of weird. Number 8 is drive your car as if your car was driving you. You know what I mean? Imagine, you know, this is where you're gonna have to get a little like imaginary with it, okay? Imagine if you were the car and you were just getting ran to the ground, starved of oil. You know, I'm like, do you like to eat? Huh? If you like to eat, your car likes to eat too. Like, freak, man. Keep gas, keep oil, keep fluids in it, guys. Honestly, it comes to respect. I know I hate to drop that word on y'all, but y'all gotta start respecting your cars, man. Cause like, you gotta respect it and it will just last a lot longer. Keep it clean, keep it mint. If something happens, guys, just if there's something on your car, if a bird shits on your car, just clean it off. The longer that bird shit, the longer the bird shits on your car, the longer the bird shit sits on your paint, it's just gonna slowly decay it. If you don't wax it, you're just gonna slowly decay your paint. If you don't have that clear, like, there's just so many factors that go in to just keeping your car mint. Where, you know, if you're watching this video, you most likely care about your car a little bit more than the average person. So, rewind this video to step number 1. All right, let's move on. Oh, yeah, okay, well, number 8 kind of bleeds into number 9. Number 9 is on top. Number 9 is keep up on your oil changes, fam. Guys, keep up on those oil changes. Do not starve your Subaru. Subaru motors eat oil for, like, dinner. Subarus love oil and they love to burn it. If you guys have a little bit older model of a Subaru, you guys are in for a treat. If you do not keep oil in your car, you're gonna end up just like me with a little bit of ringland failure. One thing I did figure out about the 02 to 07 or just a little bit older models of Subarus, guys, your oil pan builds up so much grime over time. And with it being the year of 2020, it has been a long time since those things have been made. One thing I really strongly, highly suggest is if you guys do have an older Subaru, replace the oil pickup that sits in your oil pan. That thing is going to restrict oil to your block whether you change your oil or not, guys. If you have an older Subaru, replace that oil pickup because the stock one is trash. And while you're at it, either clean out your oil pan, get it grinded out, get all the grime and slime and junk out of there. If you see shavings, sell it. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my God, I can't believe I just said that. Replace that, guys. It is a big factor. It's a big problem with the older generation Subarus. Guys, I'm just telling you now. I'm just telling you now. Because I love you. Now, honestly, I cannot believe the time has come, guys. We are on at number 10. Number 10 means the video's almost over because we're on number 10 and y'all want to keep watching because River's content's fire. Now, I could just go vlog or something, take you guys to go do some car stuff, maybe some launches. Oh, wait, we don't do that? No, but number 10, I think I'm gonna have to give it to the whole vlogging and driving, guys. Do not vlog and drive. It is very dangerous, and if a cop sees you vlogging and driving, thrown in the back and taken to jail ASAP. Yeah, peace out.
Big body Benz blowing gas out the roof. They think it's sweet until I punch them in his tooth.